Okay, I'm just going to do a quick update video today. I have made quite a few changes, you might notice, to the scene. I've got a few things working that weren't working last time, including the quiz stuff. So what I was going to do last time was I was going to record all the other videos for the character. However, I sort of thought about it and I had a couple of reservations. First of all, I'm currently decorating a bit in my house, and that meant that my house is not really suited for getting a green screen out right this second. So I decided that I didn't really have space at the moment to do that because it involves getting a lot of equipment out and things. When currently my office is a bit of a mess because it's got loads of decorating equipment in it. So I decided I wasn't going to do that. So the next step was to think a bit practically about what doing the videos now would mean anyway. So I sort of thought about it and I thought, well, actually, doing the quiz part makes sense and getting that stuff working first because that might alter the script. I didn't want to have to go back and re-record the videos, basically. So I decided to go ahead and work on that instead. The other thing was I wasn't that happy with the desk setup that I had last time. I didn't feel very good. It felt a little bit too out of place, like especially with the rest of the equipment that I got in here. It looked a little bit too boring and normie. So what I've done instead is I designed this other desk. It sort of wraps around the user, so they don't have this kind of slightly unnatural squarish thing in what is quite a kind of curvy environment, sort of roundy. The other thing I did was just to make it feel a little bit different. Is I got this tube here, which actually goes out of the roof, as you can see, and that is where the samples come in. So the samples like get delivered to the lab in that, so they end up falling into this little basket. So what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like in play mode, and I've disabled the video here so that doesn't play and kind of be all annoying. So this is where you're faced with now. So you now come in and you're in this curvy desk that sort of fits around you quite nicely, and it means that everything is kind of an easier reach as well. Now, if you remember last time I had the grab mechanic on the desk and I worked on the whole desk, I sort of changed that, so now it works on this grab handle here, so you can grab the handle and move around that way, and you can rotate and move it around to your liking. You can still sort of grab these things over here and everything else as well. So the samples start life in this tube up there, and then when the scene starts, they fall into this here. The reason that's there is basically so they don't like fall everywhere. So they're in that. I've got here the workstation that I had before. Might scale up a bit. It feels a little bit small at the moment, but that still works the same as it did before. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, bug, need to fix that then. So I just wanted to check the snap zone on this. Now what seems to have happened is I've moved this from over there somewhere when it was on the old desk, and the snap zone, for some stupid reason, had stayed where it was. It didn't come with it, even though it's parented. So hopefully, yeah, there is. It's nearly in the right position. You need to move it slightly, but so it now is. That'll do. That's good. Excellent. So I fixed the shader on this bubble tube, so it's now very clearly bubbling. This works still, so this particle effect in the bin, so that's all still as it was. What I've actually worked on this week, apart from getting this new sort of desk environment in place, is the tablet mechanism. So for delivering information and also the questions that people are going to ask, be answering. So it works by pressing there's a flat button. On the left controller, you've got the thumbstick, which doesn't do a lot in this. There's two big buttons, and then there's a flat small one. So you press the small flat button, and that brings up your tablet, which will be a mechanism for providing information, and also it's going to provide a bit of a lookup system so that if in the following tasks they can't remember something, they can look something up on here and get some information. So what it does function first at the moment is the quiz. So I've got that working. There are some changes that need to be made to it, but it basically works. So as you can see, when you hover over it, the pointer starts working on the buttons. So you can choose the answer that you want to give there. So what is the pH scale? Well, it's a scale used to measure acidity or alkalinity. Then it gives you some feedback there. And you press the continue button. It takes you to the next question, which the following statements about the pH scale is true. Well, this one, a solution with a pH of 7 is considered neutral. And you can also get things wrong as well. So I can say, soap and lemon juice are both neutral. So it's going to be incorrect. So I'm going to maybe fiddle about with the way this is. What I want actually is that the feedback comes from the character. So that's what I want to have happen. So at the moment, that's all it does. But what I want to do is try and integrate the quiz with the Unity timeline so that once the question is kind of correct, you might get a correct and incorrect on here. And then that then starts a video playing on the screen, which is the character talking about the answer that you got. So that's how I want it to work. So that's probably next week's job. I don't know if I'm going to be in a position to record the videos next week. I may be, I may not be, depending on how this weekend goes. So we shall see. But I think that's pretty good because the quiz thing was an element that I was kind of worried about getting right and getting functioning. I had a kind of basic script, but it didn't. It wasn't complete. It needed some work. So that's good. I'm happy that this is sorted. And I did model a little tablet. I mean, it's hardly model really. It's just a rectangle with a different. It's got a tiny lip down there. I mean, it took me about 3 minutes to make that. So it's not exactly difficult modeling. But I quite like the way it fits in. Like it's using the same kind of color as these as well. So that's quite nice. But yeah, overall, I'm pleased with it. Like I think that the desk bit in particular, it really makes it feel much more cohesive. I like it a lot. It's and the rail is really nice too. So very obvious which part you want to grab and move around, and it also means you don't accidentally grab the desk when you try and grab something else as well. So yeah, pretty good. That'll do for now, I think.